Hi, this is Niels on Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be kind, helpful, and grateful. And buy some silver and some platinum and some crystallized osmium. Look into it. You'll love it. If you see the opportunity, buy some because it's exactly that, a great opportunity. That's not what this is about. This is about the Sahel region of Western Africa, which consists of mostly Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, joining military forces between three countries to fight quote unquote terrorism. I will show you exactly when this report was done and who it's from as not to plagiarize. And also, I don't want to get a strike for these guys saying that. It was posted 3 hours ago. And here we go. Let's get into this story.
The three nations accounting for the majority of deaths from terrorism in the Sahel region announced a joint force that will be operational as soon as possible. Niger's armed forces chief said in a statement Wednesday in Niamey that he had developed an operational concept with his Malian and Burkinabe counterparts. A joint force of AES countries will be operational as soon as possible to tackle the security challenges in our area. The three-member AES group, also known as the Alliance of Sahel States, includes the countries which are home to the
Okay. The Alliance of Sahel States. The Alliance of Sahel States is the first move for them to get their money system together, for these three countries to have a one money system. They just broke away from ECOWAS. ECOWAS is falling apart. It was backed by the French Euro African franc thingy that they're all revolting against. So that's getting broken up financially. It's falling, it's collapsing, going into bankruptcy. These three countries apparently just formed their own AES, or special military force and economic force, as a Sahel area of tribes, or a junta area. I think their next move will be to become one country, and they will be the next big economic powerhouse in Africa, and that'll shift the whole dynamics of the African continent and its GDP. For everyone who loves the BRICS thing, using that word GDP or those letters, the GDP of the BRICS nations will change in the continent of Africa to non-BRICS nations, thus lowering the GDP of the BRICS nations. More to follow. Let's go back to the story.
Tri Border Zone. The zone covers parts of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger known as Liptako Gouma, where jihadist insurgents have been operating for years. We are convinced that with the combined efforts of our three countries, we will succeed in creating the conditions for shared security, an objective that is at the heart of the concerns of our state and our valiant peoples. The discussions held in the Nigerian capital were the first official meeting of the bloc's chiefs of staff. In February, defense and foreign affairs ministers from the three junta-led nations met in Burkina Faso's capital, where they confirmed their withdrawal from regional bloc ECOWAS.
ECOWAS. Wow, there you go, people. They confirmed the pulling out of ECOWAS and started their own economic partnership of nations between the three of them. And it's more successful than the French ECOWAS assembly they put together. And it's not part of BRICS. They're not part of the Western nation. They're not part of Russia. They are their own. This is really an awesome opportunity for Africa. It's not so good for everyone else in the world, but who cares? You know, it's their country. They should have control of it, and they should have their borders drawn out the way their tribal lands used to be, and not the way colonials who came in and separated it out for financial and economic means, because that split the tribes up. And that is why they are always having coups and fighting each other, because these borders and boundaries that didn't exist came into existence and cut their tribal lands in half, giving them to other people and all this stuff. But we don't understand that in the West because we don't study Africa or African history. But that's part of the problem. And it seems like these guys in Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali are figuring out that, hey, we're all one tribe, man. Your uncle is my uncle. Your cousin is my cousin. Let's start a country that involves all of our tribe, and don't not breaks it in part three to where we're fighting each other and the bad guys take a victory lap on our ass. And that's what's been happening, and it looks like it's fixing to change, which is why I say there's great economic gain to be had in that area of Africa, which is the western central part of Africa, highly rich in resources. And Fortuna actually has their silver mine there in Burkina Faso, Niger area, and Mali area, and all those contracts were canceled and renegotiated. So they might have a small issue with numbers on their charts because of the hiccup. Not saying they lost; they didn't lose their contract. They had to renegotiate it because they made a killer deal for themselves and not for the country and the people of that area. And the people of the country of that area have suspended all government contracts, all mining contracts of all kinds to renegotiate to where it's more profitable for the country and the people doing the work, which I 100% agree with. But it will affect some numbers. They'll probably find a way to hide those numbers, but that's just a heads up for those people. And I'm invested in Fortuna. I do deep research into Fortuna. That's before they announced they were buying something in the Burkina Faso area or Mali area. I already knew what was going to happen. And I'm sure they might have actually seen this coming and figured it out in their books and their numbers to where it won't affect them at all. But they will get their contracts back. They will be renegotiated. They will have their gold mines over there. So it's still a good long term buy for all you people who have Fortuna's stock. I don't know as far as brokerage firms if it's safe, because I'm a big believer if you don't hold it, you don't own it. But other than that, it should be a safe investment, in my unprofessional financial opinion. You guys have a great night, and I'll quit running my mouth. I was off for a couple days because I just didn't want to do a video. I wanted to take some time off, play with my cats and my dogs. You guys have a great day.